What is happening, Magnusites? So, the Black Viking is back, but I ain't ready to react. I'm descending upon the throne of thought, ready to answer your question as the Magnusite movement marches forward, 68,000 strong. Now, one of you wrote me a simple question, and you said to me that you wanted to know, first of all, you told me that you're an indie wrestler, and you wanted to know if I ever thought about getting into the wrestling biz. And the answer is yes. Yes, there was a point in my life where I was serious about getting into the wrestling biz. I was talking to people, you know, here and there, hey, this and that, you know, talking to different people. I can't remember, one of you wanted me to give you a shout out. You actually had wrote me a little while ago, and he's an indie wrestler too. So shout both of yourselves out. I apologize, I can't remember your name. And I got so many emails, I meant to write your name down so I can shout you out. But anyway, y'all want to know, you want to know Tyrone's story about getting into the wrestling biz. So, the guy that made me want to get into wrestling the absolute most was Bill Goldberg. Man, when this dude came out, I was like, this man is fucking incredible. He's a beast. Look at this savage destroying everybody, making all this money, getting the crowd amped, you know what I mean, at the top of his game. And I was like, man, I want to be like this dude. So much, in fact, that I actually shaved my head bald and was rocking a thick goatee for a while, for about a year or so. Like I was Goldberg team Goldberg hard. Straight up. Even thought about getting the tattoo and everything. I thought about the moves that I would do, what would be my moves. I remember thinking about the bulldog being one of my main moves. I do remember that. This is going back to the late 90s, man. I'm trying to think about what my other moves are going to be, because I was like, I can't rip him off. So I can't have the spear, I can't have the jackhammer. So I remember I was going through, but I wanted to have his same intensity. But I wanted to be as good as Hogan or The Rock or Stone Cold on the mic. So I wanted to be a nice hybrid of all three of them. All four of them, actually. You're talking about Goldberg. And started working out hard building my legs. My legs got bigger. My shoulders, I worked my shoulders like every other day. My traps was growing, everything. I was like, I gotta get traps like this motherfucker. To the point where my traps was to the size where you guys know this. When you look at certain guys and you see their back and you see their traps are so big that their t-shirt is kind of hiked up. If you look at the waistline where the t-shirt should be, you can see that it's yanked up. It's like an arc in at the bottom of their shirt because their traps are so big. I was getting that, you know what I'm saying? And started to do research on different schools. Started to talk to this one guy that told me he was going to wrestling school. Ran into him. I used to see him at the club all the time. And he told me, he said, yeah, man, it's crazy. It's wild. You know, it's this and that. And I was like, yeah, he told me how much it was. Then the more research I started to do into it, and I was just like, damn. These guys, their life is strenuous. It is stressful. Can I really take this? I knew I was going to have to put on a lot more mass, because at the time I was around 205. And I didn't want to be a high flyer. I thought it was a lot more dangerous to be a high flyer. And it's not something I wanted to do. To them, I perceived them as weak. I didn't like high flyers. I wasn't into Rey Mysterio and all them other guys. I could watch them and be entertained for a little bit, but it wasn't, man, no. Goldberg, high impact, strong. I wanted to be like that, man. So I knew I was going to have to put on a lot more weight. And at that time, I realized how hard it was to put on that much more weight. I was like, I might have to come in at like 215, 225, 230. And I don't know if I want to carry that much mass. I was thinking about their strenuous schedule. I may never get to see family. I would start watching different films like Beyond the Mat and other videos. And it was just like, damn, these dudes get injured. Wrestling injured, broken fingers. I saw one interview where the guy said he had like all of his fingers broken at least twice. I'm like, what? And then I remember later on reading about how when you hit that mat, it's like you're in a small car accident each time. Each time? And then the older I got, the dreams started to fade because my goals physically changed as far as health went. And I realized that I want to live to be very, very old. I want to be like the old Chinese master with the white eyes. Not because he's blind, but because he's that powerful. You know what I'm saying? He's just old. So, you know, just wise and long-lived and physically fit. And I was like, these guys do not live a long time. And then I was looking at how the black men in wrestling don't get their just due. And I'm like, man. Then I'm reading about how a lot of the homosexuality going on in there you gotta do to get to the top. And I'm just hearing all these different rumors, whether they're true or not. And just combined with, damn, and I'm black. I'm not 6 foot. I'm 5'11". I'm 205. I was just like, you know what? The stress, the injuries, is it for me? Because it seems like a lot of the guys that really make it, you know, they know somebody that knows somebody, or they're, you know, second generation, third generation. Yeah, I mean, I was like, I don't think it's worth the risk for me to possibly be crippled or injured for life and not make it, or to make it and get this short flash in the pan type of glory, or even maybe long-term glory, but in the end not live a long time. Longevity is big to me, and some want to live hard and fast. I understand that. Some of y'all be like, nah, fuck that. If I could get to like The Rock or Stone Cold Brock Lesnar, that type of level, and only live to be 45 and die, I'm gonna die happy. That's for y'all. My dreams are different, and I want to live a long, pain-free life. And it's, you know, I was reading about the pill popping. And, you know, just all these medications the guys are on it just to make do, and having days where they just have headaches all day long for days and days because they got, you know, vertebrae injuries and nerve problems and, you know, oh my God, just like, you know, herniated discs and hernias and torn this. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I was just like, I don't think it's for me, you know, at least being a wrestler. Now, what I've recently thought about, toyed with it in my head, was being a manager. I think I have the mouthpiece to actually be a manager, talk trash for my wrestler, promote my wrestler. You know, I think I can be that type of Paul Heyman, Bobby the Brain type of guy to talk for you. Am I comparing myself, saying I'm as good or better than them? No. What I'm saying is I think that I got the mouthpiece good enough to be those type of managers. So, you know, I even said it in that last video I did talking about Roman Reigns. I said, I'll be his manager, WWE. Let me be his manager. Please, please, I will be the Paul Heyman for Roman. Believe me. So that's something that I just toy with in my head. Could I maybe want to jump into it one day? Maybe. Not at this point, but it's something I may pursue because it seems pretty cool. One of the positives about it is, you know, who doesn't want to, if you want to do your job, you want to do it the best. So if I was going to be a manager, I'd want to be one of the best managers there ever was. You know, hell yeah, and I'd be ready to take a bump here and there, have some fun, you know, if I was a heel manager, all that type of stuff. But not day in and day out. They travel the world. They get to see everywhere, which I think is absolutely cool, man. They go everywhere, all over the world. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. You know, they're well traveled. And that's something I want to do. And I think it would be cool to come out there every single night and have fun talking trash to the fans, making them laugh or making them boo. Just entertaining, just having a fucking good ass time. I would love to do it. So, yeah. It's a means to an end to travel the world and place my stamp and, you know, on the rung of achievements. You know, I was a WWE Manager, motherfuckers, and that shit was fun. Place my stamp, get put in the Hall of Fame as one of the greatest managers that ever existed. That would be fun to me. So that's my story, y'all, for wrestling. That's my story for wrestling. You know, it's just not for me. I love the craft, the art, the entertainment itself, but it's not for me to do. But management, maybe. Post your comments below. Let me know what you think. 1 million subscribers. Woo!